spas of India. If you want to look 25 years and 50 years of age, then you have to consult her. Okay, Mr. Amardeep sir, he is the main person who looks after the various projects and the people those are associated with infrastructure development, construction, building materials and others. So he would be introducing the people those have come from basically that area. Mr. Rakesh Dixit, could I request you? He's a gentleman, dignitaries those have joined. Let me also be privileged to introduce you the press. We have got from Times of India, the newspaper, the leading over here. We have got India Today Group, which is having television also, magazine also, news part also. And there's a PTC channel, which we extend you a very hearty welcome. We are running short of time. We have already crossed 35 minutes. So I hand over to Mr. Tran, and thereafter then we will go ahead.
Tôi biết được thì xưa anh Sơn tí là bởi vì em cũng không quen hết các bạn của bạn, nên là có lẽ là xin lỗi các bạn.
Delegates, we have known Mr. Having Huệ. He's the Vice President of the Vietnam India Friendship Association. And we have here Mr. Cấn Việt Anh, the Vice President of the Hanoi Union of Friendship Organization. Mr. Huỳnh Đức Trường is the President of the Da Nang Union of Friendship Organization. Mr. Phạm Văn Điện, also President of the Vietnam Union of Friendship Organization for Delegates. And Ms. Trần Lê Mộng Châu, Vice President of the Union of Friendship Organization. Mr. Phạm Văn Vinh, Vice President of the Vietnam Union of Friendship Organization. And also Mr. Dương Quốc Tuấn, Director of Information, the Ho Chi Minh City Union of Friendship Organization. We have here Miss Hồ Anh Trúc Thủy, Director General of the Kim Ngọc Quang Corporation of EDN, Electricity of Vietnam. And I myself, Lê Trung Hiếu, Director General, Deputy Director General of the Asia Department of the Vietnam Union of Friendship. And also my staff of the department listening, who will help the translation.
Thank you, thank you. Now ladies and gentlemen, we have already circulated you a small brief because it's a business delegation which is visiting from Vietnam, our city, beautiful Chandigarh. They are here tomorrow, and day after tomorrow I think they go to Shimla, and then thereafter they return to Delhi. Now the basic objective is, when we talk about the ASEAN, this year there are a lot of celebrations, deliberations, congratulations, and a lot of things are coming up as far as India and the ASEAN region is concerned. There are 10 countries which are part of ASEAN, out of which there are 4 countries which are strategically being focused on at present. M stands for Myanmar and V stands for most strategic, that's called Vietnam. The beautiful country, wonderful people, dynamic people, and I would say as far as the economy grows, because I have shifted to Delhi 2.5 years back from Chandigarh. I stayed here for 23 years, and when I met the gentleman, the Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Commerce and Industries, Government of India, Mr. Ravi Kapoor, who has now moved as the Additional Chief Secretary, Government of Assam, and he told me one sentence and one word. He says, Dr. Sharma, wait for next 5 years and look at Vietnam. This is the economy which everybody will be talking in entire ASEAN. This is the country which is growing. Today they have got a wonderful GDP growth. They have got a lot of new projects coming up, and they are very warm people. They are with these strategic partnerships what we have got, and of course Mr. Tran and the ambassador who is in India, they had put me across to Mr. Pallab Sengupta just few days back, who is the General Secretary, All India Peace and Solidarity Organization. They are the one those have invited them here to Chandigarh. In that particular slot, we have kept this 1 hour exclusively for some business deliberation, some kind of a new ventures and whatsoever best can be done. As far as we are concerned, after you finish this particular brief dialogue and business interaction with each other, you should go across this particular building. This is called Finishing School Trailer. This is something which is Finishing School Trailer. And when I was talking in the presence of Mr. Tran with the ambassador in Vietnam, he told me we require 2 things in Vietnam immediately. And when I asked him, what exactly do you require? He says, 1, spoken English language for every youth. The personality enhancement part. So that every child speaks a beautiful English language and they can take it to the business ventures further. The second part, they are very keen about IT. Information technology, the ICT when I talk about, and particularly digital technology, they are very keen about. So our head of the delegation, the gentleman who has brought the delegation over here, we from our chamber offer you our services like we have given to the embassy of Vietnam. They keep getting the delegations from time to time. But in Chandigarh we are meeting for the first time. Wherever in Vietnam you want to set up a finishing school, if you are interested to set up a finishing school, because no education is complete unless it generates employment or entrepreneurship. Education is of no meaning. So thereby, if you are interested, we would give you the complete roadmap how we can bring a finishing school setup to Vietnam at different places. It doesn't make a difference whether it is in Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh City or any other part of Vietnam, but we would be open for that. And with these words, I would request the forum would be open. The way you wish to proceed, we can do it accordingly. Because 15-20 minutes we can devote, and thereafter we can make small groups, and then we can have 10-12 minutes deliberations here, because the press had been waiting for quite some time.
Của Ấn Độ đang rất tốt đẹp và ngày càng trở nên sâu sắc hơn, thì cái trách nhiệm của tôi là làm nào cái quan hệ doanh nghiệp Việt Nam với doanh nghiệp Ấn Độ là sau mỗi lần đi hiểu rõ nhau hơn và tìm thấy nhiều cơ hội để có thể là bàn với nhau, hợp tác với nhau để tăng cường hoạt động xuất nhập khẩu cũng như đầu tư.
In my point of view, the relations, the political relations between Vietnam and India is going along very well. But I think that we can do more to improve the business relations between our 2 countries. So that's why we would like to hold this delegation, so we can understand more about each other, and we hope that way there will be more opportunities to come.
Và các đại biểu trong đoàn chúng tôi cũng là đại biểu của các cái khu vực, tỉnh, thành phố từ miền Bắc, miền Trung đến miền Nam Việt Nam, nên là chúng tôi cũng sẵn sàng là trao đổi với các bạn về những cơ hội có thể là làm việc với các doanh nghiệp ở các khu vực địa phương đó.
Our delegation also come from the north, the central, and the south Vietnam. Yeah, the north, the central, and the south Vietnam. So it means that we would like to share our information, so you can basically think about the opportunities and different parts of Vietnam.
Và đặc biệt là ông Gula Sama có nhắc tới việc đào tạo và đào tạo liên quan tới lĩnh vực công nghệ thông tin. Thì bản thân tôi thấy rằng đây là một ý tưởng rất hay và có tính khả thi rất là cao ở Việt Nam, vì chúng tôi cũng đang đào tạo rất nhiều cái thế hệ để mà có thể là phát triển các cái lĩnh vực công nghệ, và nhất là trong cái gọi là cái giai đoạn công nghệ 4.0, rồi là cái nền tảng của công nghệ thông tin của chúng tôi cũng đang có những bước phát triển mới, rồi chúng tôi cũng có ý tưởng là mở các cái trường đào tạo công nghệ thông tin ở Việt Nam với các cái gói.
Mentioned earlier, we also have a very good interest in IT. education. And I think that is good initiative. I highly appreciate that, and it's very I think it's possible to implement this project in Vietnam. Normally, nowadays Vietnam has been focusing on the education of the young generation to be more successful in IT technology, and this is now 4.0 era technology. So it's mean, and Vietnam also had a good basic foundation for IT development. We have about 80 million users of mobile internet and so on. And now the government in Vietnam is also focusing on e-commerce and e-government. So I think your initiative is very good, and I think that is it possible to implement in Vietnam.
Chính phủ và có rất nhiều cái năng lực đầu tư trong đó có cả
And there are some famous companies like Infosys and Tata, and they are the biggest.
Các cái doanh nghiệp sẽ cũng tham gia vào cái quá trình hợp tác chúng tôi với các doanh nghiệp có thể là lớn hay là
I hope that the business from the Channelizing will be able to look into some rules, so we can discuss more details.
Xin kính chúc sức khỏe tất cả quý vị và chúc cái buổi hội thảo của chúng ta có kết quả và đi vào các hoạt động thực tiễn trong thời gian tới.
Lastly, I wish all of you here good health, and we hope that some initiative that today is to could become into practice in the future.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you very much. Personality development, the etiquette, the manners, the gesture, the body language, the dress sense, articulation, confidence building, interpersonal relationship, and English language, the communication skill which is required to work world over anywhere, and then of course the computer skills, all that is listed in this finishing school. And I have made a moral commitment to Mr. Tran and to the embassy. I will not charge single rupee for my visit to Vietnam. I am ready. I will help out because we want Vietnam to take a lead in entire ASEAN region as far as education and as far as the employment and entrepreneurship ventures related to skill development is concerned.
Can you explain in very short word about experimental training courses you are going to take?
In this?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody in Vietnam who is interested to work in tourism, this sector is contributing maximum to the GDP. It's about 45%. the contribution to the GDP of Vietnam is coming from services sector. Then is your MSME, that is your manufacturing sector, and then of course is the agriculture sector. These are the three sectors. I have read it very carefully. That's why I'm making the bold statement.
Thank you.
And this is the chamber, which I am the Director General. The only difference is there you have got very young Director General, and here you have got very old Director General. That's the only difference. I got to go to Dr. Ajayta to become young once again. Okay. So some medicinal plants and herbal plants we have to be taking care of. So this is the chamber which is taking care of at present of the entire service industry in India. And if you'll see inside the honeycomb, you can see it over here. This is the entire services sector. Entire service industry moves in over here. What we have listed, you can have a look at it. And these are of course some glimpses of the finishing school, everything what is available. On our website itself, you have got a beautiful book called Life Management Skills. There's a book available. You can see it in yourself. You can download it. We would be far, far more than happy to help. And of course, time is too short. If our head of the delegation would have half an hour tomorrow, then we can show you the finishing school completely on ground functional. You can see it tomorrow. Depending on your time, you can see we require half an hour to show you. So this is what I just wanted to share. Thank you very much, everybody. And we can then divide into the groups accordingly. You guys want